Our next guest, a legend in these times for more than 2 decades. She has been with, of course, the Jefferson Airplane and the Jefferson Starship. This is their latest album right here. It's entitled No Protection, folks. Please welcome back to this show, Grace Slick. Oh, great.
Singer in Starship. His name is Mickey Thomas, and he has a close, personal, working relationship with Anton Fig. Folks.
Anton Fig, our fine drummer. What do they do together? They write music?
Well,
there's a song on the album that they wrote, right?
On this album that we're plugging, I noticed you mentioned to Tony Randall earlier, I love you because you're not plugging anything, and you don't love me because I am plugging something.
No, but I'm upset with you for another reason, though. I'll tell you that in a minute.
There's this.
You can plug all you want.
Okay. There's a song called Transatlantic that they didn't just play, but Anton wrote that.
Yeah. Well, it would have been nice to have heard that tonight.
It would have, but Anton didn't teach it to the band, did he?
No.
Of course he didn't.
No, but now why? Now, Grace, why didn't you come on the show and sing something from the album? You could have sung anything you wanted. Thank you. We wanted to hear you sing. We desperately wanted to have you on so we could hear you sing, and then we'd visit a little bit.
Oh, I'd make something up, but I'm not going to. It's just terrible, horrifying, blind fear is what it is.
Well, I go through that nightly, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Now, your daughter, is she on this MTV all the time?
Well, that's up for grabs. She does it during the summer, and then she did it last summer and then went to school.
Her name is?
China.
Her last name is?
And, well, some people call her Slick, some people call her Kantner. It depends upon who you like or don't like or what you can remember.
What do you call her?
I call her the Goon.
The Goon.
Actually, yeah. I call her the Goon.
And she is now a VJ on MTV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she may or may not be full on VJ. That's up to MTV.
And she's just a kid, 17, right?
She's 16. Yeah.
16?
Yeah. She's pretty good at it, though, I think.
Well, yeah, I'm sure she is, but in all fairness to the rest of us, how good do you have to be to introduce videos?
You have to be at least 16. I think all the VJs ought to be 16, you know, because then it's more kind of honest.
Yeah.
We aren't lying about our brain level or anything else.
Now, does your daughter love...
Was that wrong? Was that cruel? Was that stupid? No. Was it sarcastic?
No,
Did it work?
Fine. It was fine.
Okay.
Now, how does your daughter enjoy the music that you were responsible for 15 years ago? So?
I don't think she cares one way or the other, really. She likes Duran Duran, and she likes what she ought to like, which is people who are more or less modern. Although she does like David Bowie, and she likes the idea of what I do. Yeah. In other words, the fact that I am in rock and roll, she likes. I'm not sure if as I said before on some other network, our music blows her skirt up or anything, but she thinks it's all right.
Blows her skirt up.
Now,
this is your own daughter you're talking about here.
Let me mention Mickey Thomas's name again, because that's actually his line. When he's lukewarm about something, he says, well, I don't know, it doesn't really blow my skirt up. And I just stole it from him, and it's stupid because it doesn't make any sense involving a woman. What is all this stuff?
What do you mean, what is all this stuff?
Well, I mean, does that do something?
Well, yeah, what do you mean, does it do something? You think we'd put that there if it didn't do something?
Okay.
You want to see
a tight shot of this stuff here? And like maybe put the camera right over it and then have it do whatever it does. That'd be good.
Should we show it to her or not?
Go ahead, yeah. Don't aim it at me though. Just show it to her.
Yeah. I bet that would blow what's-his-name's skirt up, huh?
That would do it.
But now let's talk a minute more here about your daughter. Was there ever a point in your relationship when she had listened to your music or saw you guys perform or heard a song on the radio?
Threw up?
No, and came to you and said, "Geez, I really enjoy this," or "I really think this is nice," or?
Oh yeah, she was mad. We put the first single, which is what they played. It's Not Over Till It's Over. She said, "What's the first single going to be?" And I told her, and she said, "That's crazy. It ought to be Transatlantic." She loves that song, so she does make real specific comments about what she likes and doesn't like.
Yeah, but I mean
I'm not just saying that because
the early
the
stuff. Was there ever a point where it dawned on her that her mother was a rock and roll star and this was the music she was responsible for?
No, she was embarrassed by us for a
Really?
while.
That's interesting, isn't it?
I had a DeLorean, which is a mistake, kind of, but I had one.
Do you still have the DeLorean?
No.
Yeah.
But the DeLorean had things that come up like that. The seat, windows, doors. What do you call those things?
They were gull wings. They would
and
come
they
up.
came up like this. And
Yeah.
she was a preppy when she was about 8 or whatever it was. And she wouldn't let me drive that to school to pick her up because it was too flashy.
Yeah.
She didn't want me to wear black and boots and all that. But now we're friends.
Yeah.
She's just as foolish as I am.
Yeah. You worked as a model for a while?
Yeah, I worked as a model before I started in this business, but I wouldn't have lasted long because there's a problem with my legs. See, how tall are you, David?
6'8".
6'8". See now, from the very bottom of my butt and the very bottom of your butt to the top of both of our heads would probably measure the same. Or even from the knee to the top of our heads would measure the same amount of inches. But from here to here, my legs are as long as about a 4-foot tall human being. Something happened. Like this is really short here.
It's truncated.
Well, no, it's wrong is what it is. And it's too short. So I wouldn't have gotten out of San Francisco as a model. They don't send short legs to LA or New York.
Yeah, but
so I was a model for a while.
Where did you work as a model?
In the couturier department of I. Magnus.
Oh, so you would model the fashions there or something?
Yeah, you put on a $8,000 suit every 15 minutes. You change it and walk around, model it for these.
That must get to be old after a while, huh?
Well, no, there were old people, though, that had the money to buy them, and they'd come up and say, "Oh, dear, you must do something. Put a little cream on your elbows." And cream on my elbows? I'm 20 years old and you're 85. Who cares if I have cream on my elbows? So it was a fun job. Exciting, too.
Geez, it's nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Now, listen. Now, say it right here. The next time you come in here on the show, sing something. Please.
Oh God,
Come
another
on.
commitment.
No, it'll be fine. You'll love it.
Okay.
Everything where you got like 3 months to think this over, it'll be great. Thanks, Grace. We'll be right back here with John Witherspoon.